Here is a Canon EOS REBEL XT. I believe these were made in 2006, and this is for sale on eBay. It works, and I'm going to show you it in operation, and we're going to put a battery in it. It comes with 2 batteries. Let's see here. Get this open. Alright. Put the battery in, like so. And switch it on. Okay. There's the play screen. Those are not some great photos, those are some tests, but there's one of the mountains. You'll see that in the photographs. There's all the settings, standard settings, kind of scene settings, aperture priority, shutter priority, manual. Now, it has a let's see here. I gotta get the flash to come on. There we go. It opens up. And it's set on timer right now. So, give it some flash time. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Flash works. It's got the kit lens on it. There's the inside. It looks really good. And everything looks good here. Looks really nice. And it's had this on the whole time. It's had the little UV protector, which saves many of lenses over the years. It's a Hoya. And this is the kit lens, 18 to 55. It works. And auto and manual focus. And then we'll put it on and I'll show you the focusing. We'll turn on autofocus. There you go. And I've tested it, and it focuses very well on shots. Alright. There you go. Very nice. Now, this does come with these items. It's got a battery charger, and I like this one because it's got the little flip out, so you can plug it in, and it comes with the plug. So there's a plug on this. No, there's not a plug. Is there a plug? Nope. Okay, this plug, it doesn't come with that. Here's the cable. You sure there's not a plug? Okay, well, this is a flip-out style. Maybe this was an add-on price. These are really nice. It's nice you put it in your bag and you don't have to worry about this thing. And plug it, boom. Okay, and here's an extra battery, and I've charged both of them, and they're ready to go. So when you get them, they're charged, and they both fit in this guy here. And then there's your player, so you can play it on TV and do that kind of thing. And this came with it. There's the plug. There's the little plug right there. I don't even know if that is supposed to come with this either. Let's look in here. I don't know if that's with this kit. There's a video out. There you go. It's your video out. So you can go out. You can broadcast out of this camera if you feel like it. That's kind of slick. And this has these standard video out, There's the remote, and then there's the digital plug. I don't have a digital plug for this. It's not included. There's a CF card in here, and here's an extra CF card that matches. It's 6 megabyte per second, 16 gigs. That comes with it. There's the battery covers. There's 2 battery covers for the 2 batteries. There's one here, and there's one in the camera. And here is the strap, and it's got the eyepiece cover. Eyepiece cover for, you know, when you have long exposure so no light leak happens. Those are standard on Canon. Okay, so we got this stuff, we got this stuff, we got this stuff. And then, of course, what everybody loves to read right when they get a product is the pocket guide and the big direction book. So everything you need to know is in here. And then this is an extra rechargeable battery thing. Tells you don't put your batteries in the fire. Don't stick your keys in there if you get, you know, if you have a few cocktails and you can't like drive and use your batteries. So there you go, and it's all in Japanese, which is great, so you'll love that. There you go. This is a US model, by the way. Okay, this is all in English, that kind of thing. So don't be worried about all of this. This is all in English, and this is a USA model camera. Now, there is 2 things about this camera that I'm going to show you. See this? There's supposed to be a little rubber eyepiece to cushion your eyebrow. So be careful, don't like clunk your head or whatever, but these things just fly off and nobody knows where they go. They're sitting in driveways and bushes and trees and wherever else they fly off to. They're in your yard, they're in your garage, they're at, you know, maybe if you go to Mount Rushmore, you'll find like 80 of these things a day. Just go to Lost and Found at Mount Rushmore and you'll be like, hey, do you have one of these things? And they'll be like, here's the whole box of them, because they all fly off. So, also, I went to take the CF card out, and this button release is not working. So I didn't pull that out or anything, and I don't think there's any bent pins or anything like that. I checked on the internet, and I just typed this camera model in, and I said, I typed in Canon REBEL XT CF release. I typed those words in, and all the results that came back were like, oh, my button doesn't work, my button doesn't work. I saw a YouTube video where I took this apart and put a new one in. These parts are still available, so if you're so inclined to, you know, deal with that, then you can. Now, the camera still functions, and you can pull out your pictures right through this port. Again, I don't have one of these cords for this, but this is a pretty standard data cord. If you already have one of these cameras, you probably have the cord. So there you go. I can look around. Maybe I have a cord like that. That would be a nice thing to include. So if I have an extra cord like that, I'll include it, but no promises. Anyway, so there you go. And there's the playback. I showed you that. And those are all some not great photos. There's some of the mountains and all that here in Salt Lake City. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Salt Lake City is a very dry climate. So camera equipment that's been here the whole time is very, very clean, and no water spots or condensation or any of that other goofy stuff that can happen with delicate electronics like this. And I don't know, did I fire one off? It's still set on timer, and I would need to turn that off, which I don't know how to do. There it is. There's single. Okay, and I'm going to turn on manual focus so it Doesn't have to focus on that little. Maybe you can focus that close. I don't know. There you go. There, I just took a picture of. Let's see. Play. You can't really see it, but because it's really dark. I shouldn't have had it on. There we go. Let's do this right. Let's take a right picture here. 58.0. Let's see here. Let's get the aperture wide open. Now let's take a really bright picture. Okay? Of that. There you go. Bam. See that? Take a picture of that thing over there. Fantastic. So you get that. This is a decent camera, you know, for the price. I am going to take into consideration this CF release button. You know, it's not popping it out. If you can fix it, more power to you. That's really great. But I'm going to take that into consideration for the price for sure. But really, this thing has been barely touched. It's somebody just bought it and didn't, you know, use it. And so it's really clean and it's ready to go. And let's see if I can take a picture of that stuff. Hold on a second. That's way overexposed. Let's see, let's speed it up. Whoa. Well, it'd be nice if it was in focus. That's the trick, you know, with photography. I mean, you want it in focus? That's weird. There you go. Bam. Look at that beautiful picture. Nice. And I think this is 10 megapixels or something like that, or 8 or 10. But it's really nice. It's really clean on the top. It's really just, nobody touched it. Maybe they gave up, you know, on it. This isn't my personal camera, but I use Canons. Right now I'm using an iPhone, actually, to do this video. But, you know, so I know all about how it functions and stuff like that. But this was not my personal camera. And, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, but it's really clean. It's really, I mean, my personal Canon camera that I use a T2i, and it's not even in this good a shape, you know. This looks like it's like brand new out of the box. It's like a time machine. It's a time camera machine. And so you could broadcast with it. You could do a lot of stuff with this. And again, if you can deal with this little CF card problem, it's great. If I can find a camera cord, I have other Canon stuff, so if I look around, you can unload your photos right here. This would be great for a student who's taking their first photography class in college. You don't have to go to the camera store and crack off $600, you know, just for a basic kit. This has got manual. It doesn't have video. They didn't add video until the T2i, actually, and that's why I bought mine. And now I use my iPhone. But this would be perfect for a student of any age, elementary, high school, or college, to get their feet wet and not have to worry about losing, breaking, having stolen, dropping in the snow, whatever camera. You could give them this and you're like, you are set, you know, especially if you could unload the photos. So I'm really going to look for that cord, but that's a really popular data cord. And 2 batteries, which is awesome because you're out shooting and you like run out of juice, you got another one. Charge them both up outside the camera. You got an extra CF card. I don't know if that's going to do you a lot of good because this one doesn't come out. But anyway, all this stuff is matched. It all works perfectly except for the CF card. And the focus is good. I've tested the camera. All the functions are good. Aperture is good. Eyepiece is missing. CF card doesn't want to pop out. Those are the 2 things. So I'm selling it like that. I'm confident that someone can put this to service or service it and put it to good use. And there you go. I've talked about this camera for 15 minutes. So thank you very much. And good luck on bidding. And I'm going to have this up on eBay. And the shipping is going to probably be about $16. I got to wrap all this stuff up and make sure that it's all good and it's going to travel well. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching.